So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's class. Sorry, I am a bit late. As I'd explained earlier, I'd informed you that we had another meeting which I had to attend, and all the same, we are here to continue learning French. So, I just remind you very fast before we proceed that we are talking about passé composé. So passé composé as a tense, I said it's a tense we use to express events or actions which are indeed complete in the past. So that is about passé composé. So again, we talked about how do we form passé composé. I've explained the use. Now formation is simple. We say that you form passé composé with either the verb to be or the verb to have in the present plus the past participle form of the verb. That is what we said, and that is what we have learned since we started dealing with this topic, passé composé. So we had looked at formation of passé composé with the verb avoir, where I said to form or to express yourself in the past with the verb to have. You must know that most verbs in French form their past tense with the verb to have. So remember, we conjugate the verb to have in the present plus the past participle form of the verb. That is what we said. So how do now then verbs form their past participle? That is something that again you really need to understand. I gave you a formula that applies to first group verbs. That is, remember, first group verbs are verbs ending in ER, the verb qui termine en OR. Like, for example, the verb manger, I said ER verbs or first group verbs, remember they are regular verbs, they form their past participle by replacing the ER with O accent aigu, acute accent. So that is one. Secondly, we talked about verbs ending in IR, and that is second group verbs. So second group verbs, how do they form their past participle? They form their past participle by simply deleting the IR, then you replace with letter E as I. So like the verb finir, the past participle is fini. Then I gave you now the irregular verbs. How do third group verbs form their past participle? So please kindly go through those notes, and I believe you took notes. Master those verbs, because remember, first group verbs, second group verbs are regular even when it comes to the formation of the past participle. But now the duty is upon you to understand or to go through the third group verbs, because there's no specific formula applying to all third group verbs. And that's why we always say that third group verbs are irregular verbs. So they form sub-small groups of the verbs behaving the same way. For example, we saw verbs ending in RE, where the RE changes to letter U, okay? But we also have the verbs like prendre, which prone to take, which the RE does not apply like the other verbs. So the verb prendre, the past participle is pre, okay? So let me just share with you the, let me go to the shared notes. So please move with me there so that you just follow what I'm doing. In case you have any question, use the public chat kindly. So remember, I said first group verbs are regular, second group verbs are regular. Now third group verbs, we say that we have the verbs like verbs. So here I'm talking about third group verbs. Third group verbs. Okay. So remember, I've said third group verbs are irregular verbs. So these verbs, they form sub-small groups. So we have like first verbs ending in, we have verbs ending in RE, where this RE changes to letter U. For example, we have the verb répondre, okay? The verb répondre, which the past participle is répondu, okay? Répondu. So the same verbs falling under this, we have the verb like attendre, okay? We have the verb like perdre. We have the verb like descendre, okay? Descendre. We have the verb like défendre. We have the verb like fondre, to split. We have the verb like entendre, to hear. So these verbs form their past participle by replacing the re at the end with letter u. That is one thing we talked about. Secondly, we talked about the verbs ending also in re, but they are different. So like here, we talk of the verb, for example, the verb prendre and the derivative prendre. You see that verb prendre. You see, it has the same meaning just like the first one, but now master this one. So we say the verb prendre and the derivative. So the past participle of this verb, the past participle of this verb, the past participle of this verb is pre. Okay, pre. So check. So we have other verbs like apprendre. You can see the verb prendre is forming part of that verb. So that's what I want to understand. We have the verb surprendre. We have the verb comprendre. Comprendre. So check. Now look at that verb. Just a minute, I want to show you something. You see the part I've underlined. You can see the verb prendre in all those verbs. So in simple terms, the verb prendre is pre. So apprendre, the past participle up, appris, sur, then pre, then comme, pre, understood. I've said the verb prendre is to take, apprendre is to learn, surprendre is to surprise, then comprendre is to understand. Okay, so those verbs are like that. Then we have the verbs which you see, like the verb like, for example, the verb aimer, not aimer, but the verb faire. These are now totally irregular verbs where the past participle is fait. And these are verbs, some of them take the verb to be, some of them take the verb to have. So we have the verb, for example, also devoir, to have to, the past participle is due. We have the verb, for example, écrire, okay, to write, the past participle is écrit. So basically, just go through those notes and even our previous lessons, and then you will understand exactly how these verbs form their past participle. Today, so before I go further, we said just to put you to help you connect with the lesson today. Remember, we said that first we talked about verbs forming verbs taking the verb to have. So remember, I said you take the verb to have in the present, you conjugate the verb to have in the present, okay, and then plus the past participle of the verb. So for example, you can say for example, j'ai compris, I understood. So this is going to be the same. What is going to change is the verb, the subject, and the verb. Tu as compris, you understood, okay, tu as compris. Third person, il, elle, a, the verb to have, compris, okay. Nous avons compris, we understood, okay. Nous avons compris. Vous avez, I hope you are following. Vous avez compris. Then we have il. or elles ont compris. Okay, that is how we use the verb to have. Remember the verb here, we are using the verb what? Comprendre. Okay, the verb comprendre is the verb we are using there. Comprendre, to understand. Of course, in the passé composé. And remember, this verb takes the verb avoir. Okay, in the present. Any question there? Any question? So today we are talking about formation de passé composé avec être. Now the verbs now forming the past tense with the verb to be. I want you to very, very keen on this, kindly. So I want to see, if possible, how I'm going to share my screen. Kindly confirm you can see what I've uploaded. Confirm. Yes, Mburu, Victor Hagai. Okay. Now, Mburu Wanjiku, kindly read. Kindly read for us. Unmute yourself and read. Minus Natha, can you zoom the Zoom, whatever I've shared, you can zoom from your end. Which language is that? Your mic has a problem. Buru Wanjiku, can you get a good mic so that when the class is on, please, we can have a smooth running of the class? Because now if I make you a presenter and then you tell me your mic is not working, now you see learning is not taking place properly. Kindly, yes, next class, make sure you have a good mic, good microphone. It's not that expensive. Snata, can you confirm you can see my screen? If Evelyn Wanjiku, can you see my screen? So you are the one who's going to read. Kindly read.
Yes.
Read. Snata, you can mute yourself if you are in a noisy place, but if there's no noise there, fine. Evelyn, read.
The Passé composé with a tree. The Passé Jesus tu es il
You are breaking. You are breaking. Can you start again kindly? You are breaking.
est nous sommes and then
Rachel. Yes, proceed.
Yes.
Can you mute yourself?
I've unmuted.
I've said mute.
I've
not
muted.
unmute.
Yes, I've muted. Sorry.
Yes, Evelyn, continue. Evelyn, are you there? I think she has maybe a network problem. So Rachel, can you unmute yourself and read whatever you are seeing there?
The Passé composé with et. The Passé composé of 17 verbs is formed by combining the present tense of et, je suis, tu es, il est, nous sommes, vous êtes, ils sont, and then adding the past participle of the verb showing the action. Most of these verbs express motion or a change of place, state, or condition. That is, going up, going down, going in, going out, or remaining. Dr. and Mrs. Van der Trump live in the house in figure, as illustrated in the table. The name may help you memorize the 17 verbs using et. An asterisk, that one, in table 6 denotes an irregular past participle.
Okay, let me just explain. I'm trying to now. You see that house. You have given abbreviation that should help you remember those verbs. So the issue of now knowing whether the verb take the verb to be or the verb to have should be something of the past. You've been told clearly that, remember, when you look at the big blue button I sent you, it was formation of passé composé with the verb être. So I talked about the verbs of motion, le verbe de déplacement. Those are verbs of motion, and then we have got le verbe pronominaux, which we are going to look at today. So basically, we have got two categories of verbs that form their passé composé with the verb to be, of être. Unlike now, any verb which does not fall under this, then those verbs automatically form their passé composé with the verb avoir. Remember from the beginning, I did inform you that indeed, passé composé, majorly, most of the verbs take the verb to have. Or, to say it another way, is that most verbs form their passé composé or form passé composé with the verb avoir, the verb to have. Now, we have specific verbs that you must master. You must know them so that you don't confuse them with the majority of the verbs which I've said form passé composé with the verb avoir. So in this case, you've been given 3 verbs on top here. I believe you can see where I'm pointing. So I'm going to leave these 3 verbs first. I'm going to leave these 3 verbs first. So I'm going to talk about the following verbs. Monter, the verb monter, you can see that is that's sort of a stairs, right? So monter is to go up, to climb. Monter. We have the verb descendre, to descend. We have the verb tomber, to fall. We have the verb rester, to stay behind. We have the verb arriver, to arrive. Entrer, to enter, like you can see is showing the door. The verb aller, to go. Sortir, to go out. Okay. Partir, to leave. Okay. The verb venir, to come. The verb revenir, to come back again. You went and now you are coming back. The verb rentrer, you see, rentrer is form of the verb entrer is to enter. Rentrer is to, you entered, you left, and now you are entering again. Okay. The verb retourner is to come back. Then the verb passer, you see the verb passer, to pass by. Okay. Passer in this case to pass by. So those verbs are 14. As you can see, if you count them minus the naître, the verb naître, the verb devenir, the verb mourir, the rest of the verbs are 14 verbs. Therefore, we can boldly say that verbs of motion are 14. But now there you've been told they are 17. Now the verbs which are making them 17 are the 3 verbs. That's why I didn't start with them. Naître is to be born. Actually, say to be born, to be. You see, the verb, take the verb to be from to be born. Then the verb devenir is to become. Then the verb mourir is to be dead. I hope you are getting my explanation. Naître is to be born. Devenir, to become. Mourir, to be dead. So therefore, these 17 verbs, the 14 verbs of motion, and the other 3 verbs, that the verb naître, devenir, mourir, make them 17. Therefore, we can say that these verbs form passé composé with the verb to be, not to have. Remember, it's upon you to know the past participle of those verbs. So please note those verbs. There are 14 verbs of motion plus the 3 verbs. So how do they form their past participle? That's the next thing I want to talk about. How do they form the past participle? So please allow me to share with you. I believe, I don't know if you can still see my screen. I'm under the shared notes. So Rachel, Snatha, anyone who can speak, just unmute yourself. Rachel, can you give me any verb of motion there? Any verb you've learned in that house?
Venir.
Venir. So the past participle follow the past participle of the verb venir. Remember, I told you the verbs ending with letter N before letter IR, the IR changes to letter U. So we say venu. Tuko pamoja? So that is one verb. So that is one. Sorry, let me number them here. So we must count to how many? 17. Next. Anyone? Any verb you identified in that?
Passé.
Passé. So that is the first group verb. Very good. That should be Evelyn, eh?
Yes.
Yes, I know your voice. So we say first group verb, how do they form their past participle? Replacing the ER with the O accent aigu. Next verb.
Monter.
Monter. Very good. Monter. The past participle of that verb is I don't want to underline this. The past participle is monter. Let me get that accent. Sorry. It should be monte. Good. Next. I believe you are taking notes. Next. Descendre, Mburu Wanjiku, I've seen. Everyone is taken care of. Descendre. Just a minute. Let's go back to the shared notes. Okay, descendre. Remember, I told you most verbs ending with RE. The RE changes to what? Changes to U. So this verb, the past participle. Why is it underlining? The past participle is descendu. Descendu. Descendu, okay? Descendu, descended. Next. Hello, team. Snyder. Hey, can you give me verbs? Restaurant. Huh? Sortir. Sortir, to go out. So this verb behave like the second group verbs, though it is not a second group verb. Sorti. Next. Any volunteer, you can even name them one by one as I move on. Next. We have the verb partir. The past participle, just like second group verb partir. Next.
Rester.
Rester. Good. Rester. The past participle, this is a first group verb. So that is that. Next. Entrer. Entrer, which is a first group verb. So the past participle is that. Entrer. I believe we are there. Any other verb? Aller. We have the verb tomber. First group verb. So the past participle is that. We have the verb arriver. The past participle first group verb is that. We have the verb retourner. Retourner. First group verb retourner. We have the verb revenir. Revenir, to come back. The past participle is revenu. Which verb or motion I have not mentioned? The 14th one. Hello? Agai, which verb is that you've written there?
Mourir. I think so.
No, mourir is not a verb of motion. First, I want the 14 verbs. Then we add the 3, making them 17. Remember, I told you we have 14 verbs of motion, then plus the other 3. So we have the verb like, I think the verb, is it rentrer? Have I mentioned rentrer here? I've mentioned rentrer, but rentrer, no. So it is rentrer, rentrer, rentrer. Please take notes. So the past participle is that, rentrer. So you see, those verbs are 14. Now, the 15th is the verb mourir. You see that? To be dead. The past participle is more, dead. Then we have the verb naître. Naître is to be born. So I was born. That's what you say. So we say né. Take note, né. Then the 17th one is the verb devenir, to become. The past participle is devenu. I believe you've taken note of those verbs, ladies and gentlemen. I believe so. So please write those notes, what I've given you. We are done. Or I give you some time, some few minutes, you write them down. Rachel.
Yes.
Are you done, or I give you some few minutes, you write them down?
Me, I usually screenshot and I write later.
Hey, okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
Fine. So these verbs, they form passé composé with the verb être. So how do these verbs form their passé composé? First, remember, we conjugate the verb in the verb to be in the present plus the past participle. Now, before I do that, let me take you back to what you are reading. So, Rachel, you can continue reading kindly. Actually, you see the next table, you've been given the past participle of those verbs, right?
Yes.
So I will pass that. Now, kindly read that.
Yeah. Verbs whose helping verb is être must show agreement of their past participles in gender, masculine or feminine. Add e. And number, singular or plural. Add s. With the subject, noun or pronoun as shown in the table below.
Can you reread that part you've read? It is very, very important.
Okay, verbs whose helping verb is être must show agreement of their past participles in gender, masculine or feminine. Add e and number.
You add it to what? You add it to what?
To feminine, you add e. Masculine
yes.
or feminine, add e to feminine. And number, singular or plural. Plural, add s. With the subject, noun or pronoun as shown in the table below.
I believe all of us can see that table. I believe you can see what I'm doing.
Yes.
Yes. You see now the table. You have given now the masculine. The pronunciation is the same. When you take like je, either gender is pronounced the same. But what do you do to the feminine? Feminine, you add letter it what? To the past participle. Note, this one only happen, or this is only done with the verb to be. We never did this with the verb to have. I believe you remember that. We never talked about adding letter E, letter S with formation of passé composé with the verb to have. I'm going to explain myself why. You see, when you use the verb to be, it's like now the past participle behave like an adjective. Remember, adjective must agree with the gender of the noun and the number. So in this case, formation of passé composé with the verb to be is like now using the past participle of these verbs of motion and the other three verbs, the verb mourir, the verb naître, the verb devenir, as the adjective. Therefore, if it is referring to the gender, which is feminine, as the subject, subject can be a pronoun, subject can be a noun. In that case, ladies and gentlemen, note that you must add letter E. But what Snyder is saying, what Rachel is saying, what Evelyn is saying, what Mburu is saying is the same thing. But now in the writing, you must justify the gender. So, for example, if Evelyn saying, Je suis allé à Nairobi, Je suis allé à Nairobi. I'm here. You see what I'm demonstrating you? Rachel, can you confirm what I'm doing? Je suis allé à Nairobi. I went to Nairobi. I'm saying the same thing, but you see, for Evelyn, you will add letter E at the end. Does not bring any change when it comes to pronunciation. Let me go back to share notes so that I explain myself again there. Remember, we have been told feminine, you add letter E. So here, I've given you the past participle. So in this case, here, so we have the verb aller. We are using the verb aller. So aller. So for me, I will say, so this is Dixon speaking. Dixon speaking. So Dixon speaking. For me, I will say, je suis allé. Je suis allé à Nairobi. Okay. Now, what if the person speaking is Evelyn? If it is Evelyn, then Evelyn will say the same thing, but what happens with the past participle? So Evelyn will say, je suis allé. You see that, but she must add letter E in the written French, in the written à Nairobi. Are we together there?
Yes.
We are together, understood. So you understand why we have the two tables here. Why we have the two tables. So this side is just explaining, just for explanation for you to understand. So I will say, je suis allé. Je suis allé. Then feminine is je suis allé. Pronounce the same. Tu es parti. So the verb parti, remember, I've given you the past participle, right? Tu es parti. Now you see the feminine, you add letter E. The verb venir, il est venu, but we say elle est venue with letter E at the, you add letter E. Anytime you talk about the feminine singular, you add letter E. Okay? Now, nous sommes arrivés, you can see why. Now, Evelyn.
Yes.
Can you explain why there's letter S added to nous sommes arrivés? The masculine part here. I believe you can see where I'm showing you.
Yes.
Yes. Why is letter S added there?
Because it is you are explaining you are in masculine form.
Mm-hmm.
And S is added.
Why didn't we add here? Why didn't we add here? Je suis allé.
Because that is in the first subject.
Then here it
You
is in plural. Many.
Plural.
We, you, and I. So a masculine group or a mixture of gender, and then that nous is we. So nous sommes arrivés. The S is added there because it is masculine plural. It is in plural form, so we add letter S. Now this end, why have we added ES?
It is feminine and plural.
Feminine and the plural form. So feminine first we add letter E, but now it is in plural, we add now S. Okay, E, S. It is feminine plural. Vous êtes sorti. Now, Rachel, or any other who is here? Yes, Rachel, this is your question. Can you explain to us why vous êtes sorti, the S here? Can you see where I'm showing you?
Yes.
Why is S in plural? Why is S in brackets? Sorry.
Because it's talking about plural. Yeah, plural.
Why is it put in bracket? You are not answering my question.
I don't know.
Anyone? Carol Mawia, why is S in the bracket?
It is because masculine, it is in plural.
But why is it in this case? Why are you being given that option? I want us to get this right. Why is that? Is it that in the VU you are given that option of putting in bracket or not in bracket? That is what I want us to understand. That's a fair trial, Carol. Evelyn Wanjiku.
I think it's because in the book form, for one, the subject you are explaining, okay, or you are talking about people that are far, a bit far. So the S, maybe the what you are describing, they are not me.
You have an idea, but where you are taking it is you went astray, but you had an idea of what I wanted. Fair enough. Snatha.
I think.
Yes, we think.
VU is already in plural because it means you. So there, maybe the people you are referring to are already in plural. There are many. So if you use VU, it's already in plural. So you can either add S or just leave it. The meaning will still remain the same.
Okay. Yes. You have an idea. Very good. But now, when are you not supposed to add S?
I've remembered. Let me try again.
Can you chill? Can you chill first?
Okay.
Now Snyder has given you a clue. Can you admit that?
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. I knew. So, but now Snyder, can you substantiate? Can you substantiate? You made a very valid allegation, but you've not substantiated. There's one part which is hanging. Snyder, are you with me? Can you unmute yourself? Very good.
Pardon.
Yeah, you didn't get me. I'm saying your point. There's one part which has been substantiated, but there's another part which is not substantiated. So dismissed. You have a point. You have a point. I don't know whether you are getting me. Your explanation is very, very correct, but there's one part you said it will not change. What will not change? That's where you left me hanging. Ama, you are exhausted.
Yes.
Someone to pick it from there. Jiru Dorin, you decided to join with listening only. And Muru Wanjiku, which is I appreciate you are in class, but I will prefer if I know sometimes you find yourself in a noisy place, but those people we just have to bear with you. Kama ni kufunga TV, kufunge tu for 3 hours. You are doing this for their own good, so that we can also, it's also good to participate, and participation, it means that, you cannot keep on, if there's something right, is well and good, but sometimes also it's very good. French is practice. So you practice through speaking, not just writing. So I will plead with you. Sometimes you can, see when you just unmute, you just join with the microphone, but you keep yourself muted unless you are called upon to say something. I believe you heard me. Okay. Now, if what was the name? Rachel, now you've remembered. Can you elaborate?
Okay. I remember there was a time you said like we use VU when referring to we use vous in a formal way. When in respect, yeah, when referring to someone in respect. Now that vous, I think they'll put there that option of S or not, because maybe that vous is talking about that one person but in respect, and on the other hand it's also talking about plural.
Exactly. Now, very good. Yeah, yes. So that is well put. Now, just for example, if for example I can say, I'm referring to you students, vous êtes, so I will say, vous êtes, I'm addressing all of you, okay? Vous êtes, pardon, vous êtes venu. Now, here there's a mixture of gender. So, vous êtes venu. So, a mixture of gender, I can only add letter S. Are we together? But if I'm addressing one person polite, so we say, Monsieur Dixon, you are talking to me, Monsieur Dixon. Vous êtes, you see, vous êtes arrivé, you see, I've not added letter S. Monsieur Dixon, vous êtes arrivé en retard. Mr. Dixon, you arrived, what? Late. Vous êtes arrivé en retard. So that explains exactly why when you go back to our document here you can see the S is optional. So meaning that you can use vous instead of tu, because both of them means you. So tu is familiar language, vous is polite. So in this case, that's why you've been given that option S in bracket. I hope now we are together. Snyder, have you taken lunch?
Oui.
D'accord. So, vous êtes sorti, the same thing. So, but you see, now the feminine, there's letter E. So, again, back to shared notes. Shared notes is loading, kindly. The same thing happens. So, if, for example, I will say, Rachel, let me use, so, Doreen, I'm talking to Doreen. So let's say Mademoiselle Doreen, vous êtes parti. If I, sorry, vous êtes parti. If I leave it like that, it is wrong, because remember here, Doreen is a lady. So the past participle should add letter E. But if I'm addressing more than ladies. Now let's assume that now I'm addressing the students who are ladies. So I will say, vous êtes sorti. If I choose to use the verb sorti, I add E, okay? I add letter E, feminine, then letter S. Because here, so I'm talking about what? Feminine plural, plural. Tuko pamoja? Good. So that is that. I can be heard still, right?
Yes.
Oui.
So, Snyder, I believe your mic is okay. You can read. The table.
After the table, or okay.
Yeah,
remember the
table,
following.
just a minute before you read, let me clarify something. So we have got the verb morir, more. So you see, like now, for example, I know we have lost friends, which is very painful. But now the verb morir is to be dead. So when you say, like when you are referring to, maybe you see like the obituary. So we say il est, he is, il est mort, he died, or he is dead. You see, he is dead, il est mort. But we say elle est morte. You add letter e, because letter T is silent when there's no vowel. So, or ils sont morts, just like in this case, they died. Elles sont mortes, they died. But now elle referring to feminine plural. This is masculine plural. You add s, you add es to the feminine. So, Mademoiselle Snyder, you can proceed.
Remember the following rules when using it as a helping verb in the passé composé.
Oui.
Vous can be a singular or plural subject for both masculine and feminine subjects.
Now, very good. See, this is just what we have just explained, right?
Oui.
I believe all of us, we understand that point now. Proceed.
Vous êtes entré, you entered.
Vous êtes entré, vous êtes entré, you entered. That is singular. Plural.
Vous êtes entré.
Yes. Now you see, what have they added? Letter S. To the what? To the past participle, right?
Oui.
Then the next one.
Vous êtes entré.
Which is feminine. Which is feminine,
Oui. Vous êtes entré. Feminine plural.
Good. Any question there? Which one should explain? Saida, you will. I'm with you. So proceed.
For a mixed group, always use the masculine form.
Can you repeat that point?
For a mixed group, always use the masculine form. Roger et Bernard sont revenus.
Sont revenus. Now, we have been told Roger et Bernard sont revenus, came back. Can you see what has happened to the word revenue, the past participle of the verb revenir? They have added letter S. Yes. So you see, Roger and Bernard came back. Continue.
Louise et Mary sont revenus.
Now, can you explain to us the difference between the first one and the second one?
The first one,
when you understand the gender, it is very easy for you to explain.
Both are masculine.
The first one is?
While the second one, masculine.
Masculine singular or plural?
Masculine plural.
Which one and which one? Or which one is not is plural and which one is not plural?
Well, I think the revenue with S, the first one, because they are talking of Roger and Bernard. So
yes,
I
so
think
both are masculine nouns.
Yes.
Both are masculine. Then the second one?
Both are feminine nouns, and that's why they've put an E, because they are both feminine, then S because they are two people.
Very good. Louis? You will come for a bottle of water for that. The third one?
Roger et Louis sont revenus. Now the third one, because they have said for a mixed group, now they're talking of Roger, who is masculine, and Louise said if it's a mixed group, we should. That's why they've used revenue without an E.
Without an E. So they have only added letter S. Understood? Huh? I believe the rest have understood that. Continue.
If the masculine past participle ends in an unpronounced consonant, pronounce the consonant for the feminine singular and plural forms.
Can you read that statement?
If the masculine past participle ends in an unpronounced consonant, pronounce the consonant for the feminine singular and plural forms.
For example,
Il est mort. He died.
Il est mort. So have you pronounced letter T?
No.
No. Il est mort. Now. Plural.
Ils sont morts.
Are you pronouncing the T now in the plural form?
Oui.
Read the statement on bold.
If the masculine past participle ends in an unpronounced consonant, pronounce the consonant for the feminine singular and plural forms. Okay.
The feminine and the plural?
And forms.
You only pronounce the consonant. You only pronounce the consonant in the feminine plural form. Are we together? So il est mort. We say il est mort. He died. But we say ils sont morts. Still mort. TS is still silent. They died. But now in the feminine, because we have added letter E. Remember when we started French, I did tell you what dictates how you're supposed to read a consonant. Generally, a consonant is only pronounced when there's a vowel after it. So you remember, how do we bring the feminine? Now, unlike in the masculine form where the consonant is silent, now in the feminine form, that consonant is pronounced in the feminine form and its plural form because of adding what? Letter E. Remember the letter E is the one which that letter E. I hope you've gotten my explanation on the same. So proceed kindly.
Elle est morte.
Good. Elle est morte. So elle est morte. For example, if you lose a friend, a relative, or someone you know, and we say now she died. So we say elle est morte. Or maybe someone was sick, God forbid, and then now this person leaves us. So we say elle est morte. She. But now let me tell you. See, sometimes you say, you normally say, for example, maybe you did something, sorry to say something which is not good. Then you say, Haki, I'm dead. Mimi nime. See, you normally say that, you make such statement. Like now you to mean I pity myself, Haki, I'm dead. Like when you come to my class late, umenipata class as you normally do, senior. Then now you just say, Haki, I'm dead. Mwalimu wako class. I'm sure it has happened in one way or another. Okay? Or maybe you did some silly mistake in the exam, then you realize later, then say, I'm dead. Or you are supposed to submit your assignment, like you were supposed to submit your assignment yesterday, and then maybe you find that now the system does not allow you to submit the assignment because you are now a late comer. Then you say, I am dead. Je suis mort. That's what I'm going to say. But you, Snyder, you say, Je suis morte. I am dead. You add letter E to the word.
The verb.
Doreen and who? Those who join with listening only, you can throw your questions. We are going to respond to them. Snyder, where are you?
I'm here.
Yes, proceed.
Elles sont mortes.
Elles sont mortes. ES. They died. Now, for example, let me go back just a minute. Let me go back to the shared notes. I write something there. So you see the obituary. The obituary, sometimes you find these writings. So like sunset, sunrise. Sunset, sunrise, sunset, sunrise. So we say ne. You see that? Born. Okay. Ne. So you will say like now. You say like le 12 décembre. Okay. 1928. Okay, then we say more. That is now masculine. More died or dead. More, we say le today is first. So we say le premier juillet 2020. I hope now you are getting me there, right? Born 12th of December 1928, and then died today 1st of July 2020. In other words, so for example, for me, I can say boldly, mes parents, I believe now you are going to understand the statement. This is a true story. Mes parents sont morts en 1994. Okay. Now, who can explain that statement? Are we there? Can someone explain those three statements?
I can try.
Who is that?
Naida.
Yes, Naida, go ahead.
Okay, the first one. My parents died in 1994. We've used more with an S at the end because we had said earlier that when it's a mixed group, we should use
Someone is
the
calling you. End the
form.
call. Ama, it's not you.
That's
Someone
why
is calling you.
we
Someone is
used
calling you.
more without an E, but I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Okay, as I was saying.
Umwambie uko class achane na wewe.
Okay.
Yes. You're with
As I was saying, like we noted that when we are talking of mixed groups, we should always use the masculine form. That's why we've used more without an E at the end, and then they've added an S because it's talking of both the two parents, so it's plural. That's why it's more.
Very good. Well
Then
explained.
the second one,
Mhm.
since it's feminine because it's my mother and it's feminine, that's why we've used mort with an E at the end.
Good.
Then the third one, my father, that is, it's masculine. That's why it's more with T but no E at the end.
So it's just the past participle without adding anything. Okay.
Oui.
Very good. I believe we are making progress and all is well. So can you continue from where we left it? Somewhere here.
Forming the negative in the passé composé with être. In the negative, put put ne before the conjugated form of être and the negative word.
And the negative word is what? Is pa in that case. So it simply means that, you see, we have got two verbs here. Let me just explain that. I'm going back to the shared notes. I think I did explain this with also the verb to have. Did I? We will do that when I went up, but let me. So you see, like now the same statements now I've written there. Negation. Okay. Negation. In this case, we have the same statement that Snyder's well explained to us. So in this case, for example, I want to negate the first one without maybe I want to say my parents didn't die, okay, or are not dead. So we say mes parents, okay, mes parents ne sont pas. So allow me to want to highlight them, that in bold. Sorry.
Huyu alikuwa ananipigia kisha akasikia akaniambia there's someone calling, mwambie uko class.
Neither. Neither, we don't want to hear your stories. You just mute yourself so that you don't let us know who is disturbing you kindly. Ne sont pas morts. Ne sont pas morts en 1994. So all this now I want someone to negate. Okay, I'm making someone a presenter. Who is the presenter here? Mburu Wanjiku, I believe you are in class. You are the presenter. Negate the second one. Shared notes. So you are going to write. You type there. Mburu Wanjiku, I believe you can hear me. So this is what I want you to negate. Negate the second one. Shared notes. So you use the shared note, not the charts, the shared notes where I was writing. I've made you a presenter kindly. I can't be heard. Snyder, you're saying I can't be, I'm not clear. Buru Wanjiku, check what you've written. Check what you've written again. Buru Wanjiku, are you there? Check your answer. Buru, I believe you can hear me.
So I can't, your voice is very low. I can't hear clearly.
Is it, are you using the headphone or are you using what?
I'm not using the headphones.
Yeah, that is why you are struggling to hear me. Where are your headphones, Snyder?
Let me put them on.
Yes. Buru, are you writing? Okay, Doreen, you are there? Negate that. Now, Doreen, I'm inviting you. I hope you can see what you've written. Let me just highlight that, then you tell me what is wrong with that. You see what I've done there? You have ne, then the verb begins the voice. Remember the negation. What are you supposed to do? Doreen, I know you can speak now. I saw you joining with the audio. Can you just remember what we said when when you have a verb beginning the voice? What happens to ne? Yeah?
So I can't remember.
It becomes an apostrophe.
You?
I can't remember.
Now listen, someone is saying something. So it becomes what?
An apostrophe.
Doreen, did you hear that?
Yes.
Yes, so we say mamer ne. You see, n'est pas, sorry. Ma mère n'est pas morte. N'est pas morte en 1994. So you did well, but you forgot that. So I believe now you remember. Okay, back to our document. Now, Doreen, you are the one to read now. So let me first take back the presenter. Who is the presenter? Buru. So Monsi is the presenter. out. Doreen, are you there?
Yes.
Yeah, please kindly read. You see what I'm showing you?
Yes.
Yes, so pick it from there kindly.
From
Forming.
Forming the
Forming. Yeah, you see where there is which color is that? There's something I'm showing you. You can see that?
Yes.
Yes, from there.
Forming the negative in the passé composé with the tray.
With egg. With egg.
Egg.
I know at home now we are taking a lot of avocado, so the voice might be I understand. Yes.
In the negative, put ne before the conjugated form of et. And the negative word after it.
So I'll read that statement. Are there people who are making you uncomfortable there? They should let you be in class. Are you there? Doreen, are you there? Victor, can you unmute yourself? I believe you are in class. Victor Hagai. I will mark him absent. He's not in class. Carol. Victor, you cannot be in class and then you say you're in a noisy place. Kwani?
Yes.
Uko garage? You are attending class from a garage or where? Victor, move away from a noisy place. My friend, you cannot be in a noisy place and you're attending class. Yes, Carol, read what, where Doreen left it. We are here.
So, in the negative, put ne before the conjugated form of et and the negative word after it. Il ne il n'est pas sorti.
Il n'est pas sorti. Il n'est pas sorti. He didn't go out. Il n'est pas sorti. So il est sorti. So like now I want to ask you, where is Dixon? Where Dixon? Il est sorti. He went out, okay? But now when you want to say he didn't go out or he didn't he didn't go out, simply say il n'est pas sorti. Proceed.
I can't see clearly the next thing.
You should see now.
Thank you. Elle ne
sont pas encore arrivés.
Elles ne sont pas encore. I-N-O, nasal sound. Sont, not sont. Elles ne sont pas encore arrivées. They didn't arrive yet, or they have not yet arrived. Either of the two, okay? So, elles ne sont pas encore arrivées. They have not yet arrived. Continue.
Questions in the passé composé with and to form a question using inversion, invert the conjugated form of it with the subject and add hyphen. The negatives surround the hyphenated verb and pronoun.
Now, in that case, this one reminds you, I believe you remember when you were talking about different ways of forming questions, we talked about this. Remember that? Do we remember? I even remember the room in TRC when I taught you about different ways of forming questions. The subject verb inversion, right? We talked about the tone variation. We talked about using use of est-ce, okay? Remember the est-ce to avoid subject verb inversion and tone variation. Est-ce que Paul est parti?
Yeah.
Hein? Est-ce que tu manges? Manges-tu? Manges-tu is the subject pronoun inversion, subject verb inversion. So in this case, the same thing, but now in the passé composé, we are being told you invert what? You invert to form a question using inversion, invert the conjugated form of être in with its what? With its subject pronoun and add an hyphen. So the subject pronoun, once you, in fact, is the same thing we did. I did tell you, if you go back to your notes, if at all is the same book you're using, you're going to find that anytime you use inversion as a form of interrogation, you separate the subject and the verb are separated with what? With an hyphen, okay? So in this case, that's what we are being reminded of. So, sont-ils partis? Ils sont partis, ils sont, ils sont. So you have got two verbs. Ils sont partis. So you invert the first two. Ils sont, sont-ils. Tu es, es-tu. Es-tu parti? Es-tu allé? If it is, for example, we say vous êtes, êtes-vous. You see, it is very simple. Vous êtes parti, êtes-vous parti. So the first three are the what you are the one you invert. So the inversion only takes place between the verb to be and the verb to be in its present plus the past and plus what? Plus the subject pronoun in this case. So the past participle is not inverted here. The inversion only happens between the subject and the verb to be. Je suis-je. Tu es, es-tu. Il est-il. Elle est-elle. Nous sommes-nous. Vous êtes-vous. Okay? Ils sont-ils. Okay? As simple as that. So, sont-ils partis? Did they leave? Ne sont-ils partis? So, ne sont-ils. So, sont-ils is like now one. So, it is the subject, is the verb and the subject separated by hyphen. Now, the ne and pa now sandwiches the inverted form of that interrogative. The inverted form of the interrogative, that is what is now is sandwiched. It is sandwiched with the ne and pa, meaning that the ne come before the verb and then pa after the subject pronoun that is inverted. So in other words, we are saying the negative form of the negation expression pa is sandwiching the inverted form of the interrogative. Any question there? Any question? Any question, ladies and gentlemen? Now, that marks the end of that document, okay? And I believe it is clear. So, I want to give you some questions here. You answer. and you send me the answer under the private chat. You know how to send the private chat? You simply click my name, then you send me private chat. But I want to do all of them once, then you send them once. Kindly, you do them once and then send them one under the private chat. I believe we are together. All of you. Victor, I know you are in a noisy place, but you can respond to these questions. I'm using the shared note. That's where I'm putting those questions. You write the whole sentence. Don't give me just the answer. You write the whole sentence having answered it, okay? Please answer those questions very fast. Rachel, I've given you questions that you are supposed to answer. You have only 5 minutes to do that work. You send me your answers under private. How do you send private chat? You send private chat by just clicking my name, then you will see private chat. So you can do it directly. For example, if I click under the participants, if I click, for example, Rachel, I can start a private chat. Rachel, have you seen what I've sent you? Yes, so that is how you send. You just click my name, then you choose the private. So when you click a name, any name, if you click a name, for example, I click Carol, I will see start a private chat, make a presenter. On my end, I can do that. So private chat. Carol, confirm you can see what I've sent. So that's how you are going to send me those answers. How many questions are those? Doreen, I believe you can see what I've sent. So that's how you send the charts, okay? So please do that work. You have 5 minutes so that we can wind up with the pronominal verbs. I think we'll be good to go. Kindly. Evelyn Wanjiku, also check your work so that when we are revising what I've given you, you are connected. It will help you to understand better. So Evelyn Wanjiku, check what you've done. Carol, same. Check what you've done. Snyder, also check your work. You're only giving me the past participle. You've forgotten how Passé composé is formed. Snyder, I hope you are getting me. Doreen, I've not seen your work. I don't know whether you are in class. Carol, check your wordings. Check your wordings. The wordings. I've said, Snyder, I've said, how do we form Passé composé? It's either the verb to be or the verb to have in the present plus the past participle. So you see your work, you are simply giving me the past participle. You've forgotten the formation. Remember, why do we say Passé composé? Passé composé, a component of the auxiliary verbs and the past participle. So the formation of passé composé does not involve only the past participle, but there is the verb to be or the verb to have, which come first than the past participle. And I did explain again which are the verbs taking the verb to be and which are the verbs taking the verb to have. I believe you've gotten my point there. Doreen, I've not seen any of your work. That's why I'm asking whether you're in class or not. Okay, noted. Victor Agai, check what you've written so that when we go through that work, you will. Now, Rachel, kindly unmute yourself. Rachel, can you hear me? Abundo Rachel, are you there? Unmute yourself.
Yeah, I'm here.
I've called you several times. I thought you went to the shop.
Yes.
Next time we will be having a class through cameras, because some of you may log in. You maybe you log in.
I had just gone to the washroom.
Sorry, but some of us, I think we are connecting, and then maybe you are in the uko kwa shamba ama nini, and but no. Next time I will call for cameras so that I make sure you concentrate. Hata class watu unaonana. So Rachel, I want you to go to the shared notes where we were. Go to shared notes and answer those questions as you explain yourself, as brief as possible.
All of them, but
yeah,
I wronged some. I wronged some.
Whatever you can answer. So answer 1, 2, 3, 4. Then who? 5, 6, 7 will be answered by the last 5. The last 3 will be answered by Snyder. Snyder, are you there?
Okay, I don't know if I should start.
Yes, start. Is Snyder, I believe you can hear me. I can see you've gone to listening only. Snyder, I hope you can. Snyder Otieno, you can hear me, eh?
Okay, so number 1, the question is compléter ou passer composé. So number 1, the answer is je suis parti au Canada. My
You are
party is
writing.
ending.
I want to write. I've made you a
To write.
presenter. Yes, you see the shared notes.
Yeah.
You can write there. So start number 1. Let me start for you. Number 1. Yes. Now type.
Okay. Je suis parti je suis parti. Je suis parti au Canada. My party is ending with E.
Why?
Because I am feminine.
What if it was Victor?
If it was Victor, it wouldn't end with E. It will just be party ending with an I.
Why?
Because it is masculine.
Proceed. Number 2.
Okay, number 2. Les touristes. Les touristes. Les touristes sont venus à l'hôtel. So here,
the rest are following. Yes. Explain.
So here we are talking about the tourists in plural. There are many. So there are many. So like the passé composé of venir is venue. So because it is in plural and there are many, we add an S.
Good. Yes, proceed.
Then number 3. Pourquoi Dorine est. So we are looking for the passé composé of tomber using the verb être.
The past participle.
Yeah, I mean the past participle. So because Dorine is a feminine, we're going to write tombe and then we add an E. I don't know if you're all together. A lad.
You've written pombe.
Hey, tombe.
Oh, that tells us what you are doing now.
Okay, now yeah.
So that accent, let me help you there. That accent should be this one. You see what I've done? I've corrected. The accent is the other way around, not but it's okay.
Thank you. Then number 4. Carol.
I believe the rest of the students are following. Kindly, based on what you did. So check how you are supposed to go through this work.
Carol et Victor sont the past participle of revenue. Now we want to find this revenue. But because it is they, Carol and Victor, but we were told even if it's plural, but it involves a male in it, we'll consider the masculine form. Now the male side will be stronger, so it will remain revenue, but and then we add an S for plural or collage. Don't know if we're together or I make sense with whatever I've said. I will repeat. Carol and Victor sont revenus au collage. Yes, Carol is there, she's feminine, but Victor is also there and there's masculine. But then the masculine becomes stronger in the plural form that involves a male and female. So we will not add any E. It will be only revenue for the masculine, and then we add an S because now it's in plural. Yeah. Be up to there. I think I'm done on my side.
Number 5 was not
Me,
number 5
number
was
5.
yours. No, you are done. Snyder.
Yeah.
Snyder, are you there? Snyder, number 5, 6, and 7 is yours. Snyder Ouma. Yes, proceed.
Purity, nimeangusha tu kalamu ya blue. Jamani, happy birthday. Hakuna hapo. Ya blue.
Rachel.
Jamani, handsome boy.
Rachel Agudo.
I'm sorry.
You know this class is recorded. You will be called for disciplinary. And I'm not
sorry,
going to edit anything.
I'm sorry for real.
It's okay. Learning from home. We expect such. Yes. Is Snyder here?
Oui.
And you are not writing anything. Snyder Uma, can you proceed?
I don't know how to tackle them.
Snyder.
Oui.
Okay. Carol, can you attempt any question there? Carol Wawia. Sorry, Mawia. Carol, unmute yourself. We still have another small subtopic to go. I have to finish it. Evelyn, can you try any question there?
Yes.
Which one? Number
5.
Yes, kindly go ahead. Victor, you have to attempt one. Victor. So can you let me make you a presenter? I want to write what you are saying. Yes, go ahead.
Ma mère est allée à Mombasa.
So write it. You've written.
Let me spell.
You've written it.
No.
I have.
Who is that? Who has written? Snyder. Snyder, now can you explain what you've written? Snyder. Snyder. Explain that answer.
I was trying.
Yeah, you are trying. But it is correct. But can you explain?
Ma mère est allée à Mombasa. Allée,
I've lost you.
Since it's a first group verb, composed by it.
Then why have you added letter E?
As I was saying. So, like I replaced ER with E to form.
You are really breaking, but I think I've
composé of aller. Then add meaning.
Adding?
I've finished explaining. Like I replaced.
No, I did.
replaced er with e apostrophe to form the passé composé of aller.
Not e, it is not e
added
apostrophe. It is acute. With
acute.
acute accent. Yes.
Yes. And
Then you
then
added
added an e because it's feminine. It's my mother.
Your mother. Okay.
Yes.
So, Evelyn, you want to answer which one now?
Number 6.
Go ahead, please. Write your answer and then explain.
Okay. I'm done.
The spelling of aujourd'hui, let me help you. I've done it. So explain.
Okay, so I've added to voyage. I have added e apostrophe, then s, because it is my friends. They are many.
And which verb have you used? Which auxiliary verb have you used?
Oh,
Which is it, avoir or et? Which one?
avoir.
Why?
Okay, because like you said, et, we use it in motion. We use it in motion, and okay, to travel is under avoir, not et.
It is under avoir.
Yes.
Now, well said, well said. But now I want to challenge you. Were you supposed to add letter S to the past participle with the verbs? Did we add anything when it comes to formation of passé composé with the verbs, the verb to have?
No.
So is that S supposed to be there?
No.
Yeah, so kindly never do that, eh?
Yes.
But you did very well. Thank you, eh?
Yeah.
So number 7, because of time, let me do it because there's one thing I want to wind up with. So we say number 7, messer, sisters, messer, okay? Messer, sisters, many. So we say sont. Then the verb you are given is the verb arriver. So first, that's the first group verb, arriver. Then arriver, I add letter E to show that it's feminine. Then I add letter S. À Paris. À Paris. En France. I believe I'm clear there. À Paris en France. This thing is very simple, ladies and gentlemen. Gentlemen, if at all you take your time and it sings. Of course, with time it will. So basically now, I want to wind this with pronominal verb. Do you remember our first topic this semester?
Oui.
It was pronominal
Verbs.
Yeah, and you have them. So le verb pronominaux. So how do these verbs pronominaux? How do these verbs form their passé composé? These verbs also, remember this unit, this lesson, this live session, I called it formation of passé composé with which verbs? The verbs of motion and pronominal verbs. So please follow. I'm going to take very few minutes here and then we just call it an afternoon, kindly. So remember these verbs. So these verbs also, these verbs also form passé composé, composé with what? Avec. Can you remember any verb, any pronominal verb? Anyone? You are just unmute yourself and tell me any pronominal verb you remember? Rachel, Snyder, Evelyn, Doreen, Victor, Agai, Carol, Mburu, Ipatosh is still here. Snyder, any pronominal verb you remember?
Se blessé.
Blessing.
Se blesser. Yes, se blesser. So let me use that. Any other verb?
Se préparer.
Se préparer. Se préparer. Okay. So these are the pronominal verbs. Se préparer. Just a minute. Se préparer. We have, you said se blesser. Any other?
Se lever.
Se lever. Good. Se lever. Any other? S'embrasser. S'embrasser. Okay. Any other? Se coucher. We have se réveiller. We have s'endormir. To fall asleep. We have the verb, for example, se doucher, to shower. We have se laver.
Se habiller.
S'habiller. S'habiller, habiller. Any other?
Se énerver.
Se lever.
Se énerver.
S'énerver. S'énerver. To get nervous or to be nervous. S'énerver. Any other? I gave you so many of them. etc. So we can say etc.
Yes.
Now, very fast. Remember I've said these verbs form passé composé with the verb to be. Again, you conjugate the verb to be. So which verb do you want us to use? Let's take the verb se préparer, okay? Se préparer. Remember this verb form the past participle, just like they cut across as we had seen how they form their past participle. That should not be an issue. So they also préparer. So please follow. Remember we had said, and I repeat myself, any verb taking the verb to be, the past participle must agree with what? With the subject. Are we together there? In terms of gender and number, just like the way we have done with the verb to, the verbs of motion. So we say, je, remember how we conjugated these verbs in the present. Je me prépare, tu te prépares. So here we say, je me suis préparé. Please follow. Now, I want to save time. Now, you understand why I'm putting that in bracket? Do you understand why I put letter E in bracket?
Yes.
Yes.
Evelyn, that is your voice. Can you explain why I put E in bracket?
If the person preparing is female, you add an E.
Very good. Very good. Yes. So, je me suis préparé. I prepared myself. That's now the past. Ce matin, je me suis préparé pour le cours. This morning, I prepared myself for class. Je me suis préparé pour aller au Canada. I prepared myself to go to Canada. Je me suis préparé pour aller en ville. I prepared myself to go to town. Next. Tu. Pardon. Tu. T apostrophe, because we say tu es, so it's supposed to be tu t'es, but now because that verb begins with a word, so it is T apostrophe. Tu t'es préparé. Tu t'es préparé. Again, I will put E in bracket. Next. Il, here I'm going to separate them. Il est préparé. Il se préparait. Okay, I'm adding nothing there because it is what? Masculine singular. But now elle se préparait. That, you see, I hope you've understood why here I've not used the bracket, because the gender is already separated. Now we say nous sommes préparés. So here I will put E in bracket, E in bracket, but S is common. So I'm waiting for the gender. No, sorry. It is nous. Nous sommes préparés. Then again here, vous êtes préparés. I will put E in bracket, but S is common. I hope that is well understood. Then here I'm going to use them differently. Ils se sont préparés. What am I supposed to add here? Anyone?
An S.
Very good. Very good. Today you are supposed to eat a very big ugali, Evelyn.
Yes.
Elles se sont préparées. What am I supposed to add here?
An ES.
ES. Hey. Evelyn amelewa E passé composé. My friend, my class ends there. Unless you have a question for me, I'm done. So that is how you are supposed to go through that. So just to wind up, so for example, I can say, les étudiantes se sont préparés. I'm adding E, right? ES. Why? Because the gender of this, let me highlight this. The gender of the subject is what? Is feminine, and it is in plural form, okay? So we say, les étudiantes, pardon, se sont préparés pour aller en ville, to go to town. Any question, ladies and gentlemen? Any question? Any question?
No.
Now, Carol, Awia, unmute yourself and tell us in 30 seconds what you've learned this afternoon. Your voice, remember, is recorded. It will be going on record. So you are live. You are live on air. Carol, tell us what you've learned in brief.
So, I've learned that who can be a singular or plural subject for both masculine and feminine subject. Also, for a mixed group, we always use the masculine form. And then,
yes.
And then when using questions in the passé composé with et, we use an hyphen.
You use when you are forming a question, you use an hyphen when you're talking about interrogation. That's, I think that's what you wanted to say, right?
Yes.
Very good. That's all?
Yes.
Good. Snyder, you are live. Snyder Mahindu, you are live. Can you unmute yourself? Yes, you are live on air. Everyone is hearing you. So briefly tell us what you've learned this afternoon.
I have learned that when forming and the verb is the subject is a feminine, you add an e, and if it's masculine, you don't add. But if they are in plural form and it's feminine, you add es. If it's masculine, you just add an s. And
you
if
add es, you add ees or nothing to what? What are you adding? You adding that to what?
You are adding es to a feminine verb.
The past participle of the verb, and that one only happens with which verb? Formation of passé composé with which verb? The verb to be, right?
Yes.
The verb être, right? Anything else?
If the verb, if the subject is maybe a feminine and a masculine, then you'll use the
I didn't hear your last statement. You are breaking.
composé of the. You'll not add an e. You'll just group. You use the form of the masculine subject, so you won't add an e. You'll just add an s to the passé composé of the verb.
In the plural form, huh?
Yes.
Good. Evelyn? Is it Evelyn or Evelyn? Yes. You are live. You are live from county number
40. I'm not sure.
You are in which county?
Kiambu.
Kiambu County. You are in Kiambu County. So you are going live on air. Every Kenyan is listening to you. So tell us in 30 seconds what you've learned.
Okay, that when conjugating the passé composé of et, you add s in the plural of the verbs that in the verbs that are plural, but avua you don't add any s to the endings of the verb.
You add s to what? Singular or plural?
Plural. In avua you don't add s to plural. But for it you will add if they are plural.
What do you add in feminine? Feminine form with the verb être. What do you add to the feminine? Singular?
E.
E. And feminine plural you add?
ES.
Very good. Now, as I wind up, who else? Rachel, you are live on air from Bomachoge. Rachel, are you in class?
My network.
Yes, I know.
But
those
I think everything has been said.
Yeah, just a minute. I know Bomachoge, the network is not good, but we understand.
Yeah, maybe on the negation side.
Yeah.
We put no
Ne.
before the before the conjugated form of the verb et, and then pa after the negative on the other side of that verb.
So what you are negating is the auxiliary verb. In other words, whether it's the verb to be or the verb to have, what we are negating is the auxiliary verb, not the past participle. So remember I said the verb to be or the verb to be or the verb to have, the ne and past sandwiches the auxiliary verb in the present tense. Then after that, the past participle comes thereafter. Just like when you say I have eaten, I have not eaten. Okay. I have left, I have not left. I have arrived, I have not arrived. You see, basically what you are negating is the auxiliary verb. So it's the same thing. Now in this case, what we are trying to explain in French. So je suis parti, je ne suis pas parti. Okay? J'ai mangé, je n'ai pas mangé. Je me suis levé, je ne me suis pas levé. It applies even with the pronominal verb. So please read the document, you have it. We have talked about pronominal verbs, we have talked about verbs of motion, we have talked about the verb mourir, the verb net, the 17 verbs, so to speak. We have talked about formation of passé composé with the verb avoir, regular and irregular verbs. So take note, this is the assignment. I want you to do a research about moyen de transport. Let me write that under share notes. And when we meet the next time, each of you will do a presentation. And as you are aware, it can make a form of your coursework. It can make part of your coursework. So please do that work. Moyen de transport. Let me share notes. Do research on this. Next time we meet, each and every one of you will do a presentation. Research to be done. Okay? Research to be done is a very short topic that I don't want to waste time on. Les moyens de transport. So you do research which means of transport fall under land, which means of transport fall under water, which means of transport fall under air. We have modes of transport and means of transport. Modes of transport, we have got air, we have got land, we have got water. So please do research on that. That's where we'll start next week, God willing, when we meet. Thank you so much for joining today's class, and I believe you learned something. Any question or anything you want to say? Anyone? The floor is yours. I believe, Snyder, you've understood my question now. My point, the point I was trying to make. Confirm you heard me.
Mwalimu, presentation tutafanya on Français ama on Anglais? About your
This is a
modern
French.
transport.
This is a French class. Huh? So just like the way we are explaining for you to understand, you can mix the two, but I would prefer whichever according to your whatever. So I may have given you a research. That research is supposed to be done. For example, when you say, for example, le transport, you talk about the means of transport like water, for example, we say the means of transport which are used underwater are what? Bateau. You see, just an example, le bateau, then the rest. Then you come to land, blah, 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 blah. So those means of transport must be what? Must be in French. And then, for example, you want to say, I'm traveling by car. You see that? I'm traveling by car. So how do you say that in French? I'm traveling by air. How do you say that in French? I'm traveling by bus. Or I'm traveling by horse. That's a means of transport. Horse, donkey is a means of transport. Foot is a means of transport. So I believe you've understood my point, Rachel.
Oui.
Good. So that is that. Any other question? Or anything, anyone who wants to add anything? So thank you so much for joining today's class. And I believe you learned something, and God bless us. Evelyn?
Yes.
I know you are a strong Christian. Can you pray for us as we end the lesson, kindly?
Okay. Close your eyes and let us pray. Our Father, in the name of Jesus, we come before thy presence this afternoon. We pray that whatever we have learned, we will understand, we'll be able to French. We also pray that whatever we do from now will be by you and that you will guide us. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, and have a wonderful evening.
Likewise.
You
Thank you.
too.
Asante.